What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video, another song mixed with RyXane in the style of Juice WRLD and Kid Laroi, people like that melodic singing with like the guitars and all that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video to help out the channel. Follow me on all socials at jthmxs, jthomas, and RyXane, RyXane. Follow him on all socials. If anyone has any mixing inquiries or like you want me to mix for you, just DM me or just email me. It'll be in the description down below. And with that being said, I'm gonna play the song and let's get into the mix.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home with a little love and Patron. I'm pulling up with love. I just wanna make love. I just wanna try up. I just wanna make love. I feel this on my own. Lonely, but somehow we can't run away. Run, okay. I do all these things for love, but when I'm all alone, you're the one I need to see only. This time just run away. Run, okay. I do all these things for love. I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home with a little love and Patron, but somehow we can't run away. Run, okay. Run away. Run, okay. Run away.
Yeah, so you guys get the idea. Very melodic, very just ambient song. So with that being said, this is how I started out. I did a lot of processing on these vocals. So I have these all the way down because I have all this processing right here, and I also wanted a little bit more, just to my taste, just make it sound a little better. So I'm gonna turn this back up and just go step by step through this. Auto-tune. These are the settings: E flat minor, retune speed around 10. That's usually what he keeps his too. And this is with all that. I'm gonna turn the other stuff off because the CPU. Alright, this is what the vocals will sound like just with auto-tune.
I feel this on my own.
Pretty loud.
Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home with a little love and Patron.
De-esser, don't need to say much about this, but this is the settings for that de-esser. So I'm gonna just skip past that, straight to the EQ. This is the EQ. And just did a little high pass up to 111. Then I did a low shelf at 298. Did some dips right here in the mids and just cut a little bit of highs because in his vocals there's just a lot of highs. And to get that Juice WRLD Kid Laroi sound, you need a lot of highs, but take some out first if it's too much, and then add it back in, like with like Fresh Air or something. That's the plugin I use by Slate Digital. And then, so I'm gonna play it.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home.
I'm gonna bypass it and then I'm gonna just switch it on back and forth.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up.
So it took out like all that like boxiness, all that boominess in the bottom. So, and then we're gonna take more out later. I didn't do all of it. And then this is the compression settings I used. Actually, no, it's not. I don't know what happened to this compressor, but these are not the settings I used. No, that doesn't even matter because I have it copied over here. So, and then I have some saturation on the vocals. This is what that would sound like.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home.
I use warm tape in like the mids and all that, and then in the highs I go for clean tape. It just makes it sound like brighter and just more, it like just pops out more. Another EQ, just taking out a little bit more mids, I do add this back in later though.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home.
Already sounding way better. Some RVox. It's a simple compressor. You just pull this down and then it gets loud because it's the compression, and then you just pull this back down to level it back out. Don't need to go over that too much. The C1 is just, I take out like some 3K in that, and then it just makes the vocals like less harsh and sibilant. So I'm gonna play that.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely.
It just helps them sit a little bit better. It's subtle, but it works. Some multi-band, taking out some more lows. In Juice WRLD and Kid Laroi vocals, you really don't need too much lows. Scoop it out. Don't make it sound too thin, but just trust your ears pretty much. So here's what that sound like.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely.
Like you see how without all those extra lows, how much smoother the vocals sound? That's what you need to do to get that multi-band. Don't just EQ and scoop it out, use a multi-band, or at least that's what I do. And then I'm bumping 500 because that's how you get like the vocals, like that's how the vocals pop out at you, like the words, the lyrics. That's where they lay like right here. And then I take out some 800 because it was just a little bit of boxiness. So this is what that sound like.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely.
See, it's just more intelligible. That's what I was trying to say. That 500 range, it brings out the intelligibility. That was hard to say, but that's what it brings out. And then the hook is basically I just copy and pasted it. It's just a little bit differently, like it's just tweaked a little bit differently, but overall it's really the same. But I'm gonna turn these back off. What I do with the reverb and stuff though, this is what a lot of people probably don't do. So I'm gonna play. I'm gonna turn all these plugins on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over these plugins. I almost forgot. But it's some parallel compression going on too right here though. If you don't know how to parallel compress, you've been in FL, you basically just it'll be routed to the master like this. Take it off of that, bring it to 2 channels that you want, and then this is the dry one, this is the wet one. Put the compressor on this one, and then just go to all in this compressor, and then just do like fast attack, fast release, and just do it, just like increase the input until it like just gets really compressed, and then just turn it up to your liking, and the vocals just come out the mix a little bit better. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna just leave the EQ on. I added another EQ, taking out a little more. Up here was just getting a little bit harsh, so I'm gonna play that.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely.
So that's what that would sound like. What I did with the reverb and the effects though to get it like that big, wide, spacious sound, I of course use like a lot of reverb, but so I use Valhalla Vintage Verb. Send it there on a send. Don't put it as an insert, put it as a send. It can sound cool as an effect as an insert depending on what you're going for. I would do it with Ad-libs sometimes, but you want to find your pre-delay. That's very important. So find out your BPM. It will be up here, or if you're not using FL, find out the BPM. Go on this website called Nick Fever. That's the website I use. And then it should say like delay calculator. Type in your BPM, and then it'll give you your pre-delays. I usually go for anything that's in like the 40s to 50 range for lead vocals, and anything lower than that I would use for ad-libs to make it more like drowned in the background. But these are usually the settings, or around the settings I would use. Take out some lows in it, take out some highs, so it's just like it's not overly bright and all sibilant. I use center. Take down the center and keep the reverb on the sides. That's also how you make it real spacious. Do a S1 imager, make it real wide, and then a compressor at the end so it doesn't get too out of control, like if the vocals get loud. And then delay. I use Valhalla delay, ping pong, 1/4. These are the settings over here. And then I'm sending that delay to a reverb. I I didn't change any settings on this reverb, I just left it. But I also had the vocals going to, well, the verse, I have it going to a slap delay on Echo Boy. This is the preset I used. I actually should turn this mix up all the way, but it sounds good, so I'm gonna leave it. And then I'm doing this dip because it gets like just really too much brightness in it. And then I spread it out with this, because without that, it wouldn't sound as good. And that's pretty much what I did for both vocals. This is just another copy paste, pretty much. But I'm gonna go through them. Dip out some more low, some more mids. That's what that sound like.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you.
I'm gonna bypass it back and forth.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home.
See, it just sits better in the mix. And the thing about taking the mids out, when you add more highs, you can pull the vocals down so it can like sit in the mix better. I have it on low right now for CPU, but I'll turn it back up. So what I do with this is I listen to the difference, and then if the vocals are, I don't use it all the time, but if the vocals are like too bright, I would use this to take out some brightness. And then, so I'm gonna let y'all listen to that. You probably can or can't hear that, but it just takes out whatever's too bright, and it makes the vocals just sound, they're just less harsh. And then I add it back in, like nice brightness back in with some fresh air. These are the settings I would use, so I'm gonna bypass it back and forth.
I feel this on my own. Shawty, you feel it when you're lonely. I'm pulling up when you get home with a little.
Just a big difference. It's just like the vocals just pop out the mix when it's more bright. So that means like you can turn it down, add brightness, take some low mids and all that away. You can turn the vocals down, they'll sit better in the mix. Add a de-esser after that. You have to add a de-esser after you add some brightness like that. And then I use a L2. I just pull this down and then just pull it down to like where the vocals like just barely are getting attenuated right here, just so it's like you can keep them in a certain like space. So that also can make the vocals sit in the mix better. And then it's the same thing on the hook. The only difference is that I just don't have it on the slap delay. But ad-libs, very simple. I basically just copied the same settings from the verse and hook, put it over here. I just took off a bunch of plugins because it doesn't need that. They're just ad-libs. They barely even need compression if you really want them to sit in the back. But they are compressed just a little bit of Pan Man on it. Just going side to side. That's pretty much the mix. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you got any questions for me or any feedback, let me know down in the comments. I take criticism. Just let me know. If anything I could have done better, anything I could have switched around, let me know. With that being said, I'm out.